Yeah, so what they don't, well, it hasn't been mentioned before is that why is the game called Resident Evil, or why they picked the name Resident Evil. Well, actually they wanted to do a horror game that was actually called Haunted House or horror game. Because like a haunted house was like ghosts and, you know, other ethereal creatures was not threatening enough to the actual player, they needed to pick another name. So they thought, okay, zombies are more threatening than ghosts, because zombies actually have a physical aspect to them where they can actually kill you or make you sick and turn into a zombie yourself, which has actually got a lot more of a horror edge than just a ghost who can't touch you or harm you. So how to change the word haunted house into Resident Evil? Yeah, or because a haunted house has ghosts in it, what would a place be with zombies? So instead of house, what's another word for house? Another synonym for house? Residence. Or haunted mansion, haunted house, yeah. So another way for house or mansion is residence. And because haunted refers to ghosts and not zombies, then how do we actually refer to zombies? Yeah. What's another synonym for something sinister, cruel, or horrible? So they thought, okay, evil. We call it the residence of evil. Therefore, Resident Evil. And that's how they got their name, Resident Evil, and how the Resident Evil franchise all began. They didn't know how to balance out the game quite properly in terms of like easy mode or hard mode, because easy mode and hard mode, it wasn't something they were able to figure out. So what they did was that they had like an option of like Chris and Jill. So if you're someone who's more like bolder when it comes to like, you know, horror games or horror aspect, you could actually easily pick Chris to be the more challenging mode, because you don't get any assists or any additional weapons or extra bullets. However, what they don't tell you this at all in the option. So what you do go for, if you want to go for like a more easy mode, if you like to call it easy mode, it's not really an easy mode, it's just like extra weapons and extra bullet and extra health. Yeah, just a bit more addition to what you would get as Chris. Okay, now I'm just gonna go for this route. I kept on dying on the last one, so I couldn't manage too much with just, let me see, 15 bullets. So yeah, I couldn't manage last time going down the other route, so I'm going to try and take this route for my load state. My death tally right now is up to 5. Alright, you son of a bitch. Show yourself. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, no. Equip. Come on. Oh, dang. Okay, now I know my hit count. So even if I'm on danger level, I can take what's called venomous or acid spit, whatever it is, and still manage to actually, you know, last longer. But essentially, it's relatively the same or similar playthrough, but you have like different partners working with you. So like Chris, you end up with like someone like Rebecca, yeah, or Becca. And with Jill, you end up getting someone like Brad, who actually supports you with actual weapons, and gives you assist by like keys or like herb, you know, medication or anything like that. With Becca, she's only there to assist you when it comes to like, you know, near boss fights. So yeah, I came across this video on YouTube, or the TikTok, I can't remember which one. And they were talking about like the 10 most dangerous cities in the whole of Europe. No, they don't
And
know that.
apparently, as me, as a resident of the UK, I have apparently worked in the 3 most dangerous cities in the entirety of Europe and the UK. So, number 1, I think it was Preston. I couldn't believe it, but somebody actually finally figured out that Preston is one of the dangerous cities I've ever came across. And the second to last one, which is a bit of a surprise to, well, not a surprise actually, this is really mundane, is Bradford, the third one being Birmingham, and the fourth one being Coventry. And the crazy thing about it is that I used to actually work and live in Preston for like about 6 months. And then I lived and worked in Birmingham for 1 year. And following that, Preston is actually 20 miles away from Bradford. It's like the neighboring city over. So we get like a lot of people from Bradford coming to Preston and a lot of people from Preston going to Bradford. So there's a bit of an exchange of the people. Also, when I was in Birmingham, I actually had to travel to Coventry for work and then actually come back to Birmingham. So I actually wasn't working in Birmingham. I was living in Birmingham and working in Coventry. So I was actually surprised that these like 4 most dangerous cities that were listed are all in the UK and actually not even far from one another. They're still within like about a 60-mile radius of each other. Like in one, if you could like draw a circle, you capture all of these cities together. Which is a bit crazy.
I'm adamant on removing these zombies. Like most zombies, you don't have to waste that many bullets or time on them because they're essentially just useless obstacles. But here, they actually are blocking the way. So they need to be dealt with as soon as possible. Okay, maybe I need to get a little closer. Just to bring this guy from around the corner. There you go. Come in for a hug, buddy. Now to avoid this effer from coming back to haunt me. Alright, he's certainly dead. He's guaranteed dead. Alright, 10 more bullets and 2 more buggers blocking the way. Come on, slink your way over. Alright, I'm just gonna miss in that corner, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, he's good and dead. Come on, where's your ugly cousin? Bring him out. I swear I'm seeing someone. Ooh. Yes. Come on. Don't die this time. Live, damn it. Yeah. I made it. Oh, no more groaning. Hopefully I think that's a sign that... Oof. Carving with a helmet. Well, duh. Of course I don't. This freaking barricade right here. Makes my life hell in this game. I don't blame him for walking slowly, man. You never know what's down in this mansion.
Whoa! What is it?
Alright, this is my quick escape.
sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Whoa, what is that?
You must be from the
Is
Bravo
that pepper
team.
spray?
Yes, I'm Rebecca. Rebecca Chambers. I'm a newcomer. I just
It's
joined the
alright.
Stars Bravo
I
team
built
last month.
myself an immunity.
Well, I'm really sorry. Are you all right?
Yes. I'm Chris Redfield from the Alpha team.
She's a
Are you
bit
the
too
only
chippy for a
person here
person
from the
being
Bravo
chased
team?
down by zombie dogs and
Well,
zombie creatures.
because the helicopter made a forced landing, I just ran into this house
I
anyway.
swear, I
but
think I can see him blushing past the big pixels.
I see. There's nothing else you could have done anyway. It's good you're here.
Yes, sir. But it's strange. I serviced the
Yeah, but
helicopter
maybe put the knife
recently,
away.
but something went wrong with the engine. It was such a short flight. I wonder if
Sounds like
everybody
sabotage
is-
then. Look at Chris getting all chummy with this girl. She's too young for you, buddy. Oh, she's doing that. She's doing that dialogue where they just leave a dot 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 at the end. Yes, yes, I'll take this mansion key. Finally, some progress in my LP. Let me see, do I have crap that I need to throw away? Yeah. Ooh. Is there a clip in it? Oh lord, there's a clip. Yes. It's got that sweet lovey-dovey jingle in the background. Alright, let's check out this key. Alright, yes, we go back to the first floor, wait, sorry, ground floor again and open some doors. You better believe it. Well, kudos and thanks to everybody who's just watched this LP, because now I am done and I'm gonna head out for Armistice Day. Alright, I can't chicken out no more. I gotta go face the zombies directly. First I'm gonna go back to the guy who's got incapacitated by the crows. Nab a little clip from him as well, then I'm gonna run back the other way to where the stairwell is and march my way down. You know, I reckon the foreground's pretty good. I mean, the dogs are probably gone by now, right? Ooh, that is not a face I want to see clipping from my door. Do I die if I do this too many times? Let me have a little experiment. Wow. Gotta give it to those dogs, they're very persistent. Yeah, so it's roughly been like over an hour now. It's still like fireworks blaring right behind me. Don't get me wrong, I actually kind of like the colours. I just hope it doesn't distract from the sound or audio quality of my recording here. Alright, let's see if he's left some ammo behind as well. I want to get another clip if I'm going to go down Death's hallway. Alright, we already got two of the Bravo team that we've seen. We've got Kenneth and Gump. I think the Bravo team is made of 5 people. Oh. Of course I will. Indeed I will. I will take that. No, behave yourself. Alright, there's nothing else more to explore here anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, I got lucky there. My life's on danger right now. So those birds have actually chosen to spare me. I actually like the knife at the very beginning because it looks massive and big in my hand, but I'm going to have to switch over to the gun. And equip it too. Hopefully I don't die. I don't die. I stay alive and I don't die. Oh, crap. Well, that's going to get skipped.
Although they never explained how Gump died, it's clear from the picture here that this looks like his skin and muscles ripped apart by pecking. Also in the Jill run of the game, he doesn't just drop a clip, he actually drops a rocket launcher, which is actually one of the most powerful items you can use in the whole game. Like one shot kills all the zombies. Yeah, what was I saying before about living in Preston and Birmingham? Yeah, living in those areas, actually, I've got to say, it has made me more of a resilient and stronger person. Because once you're used to, like, coming up to places with, like, conflict, you kind of need to learn how to, like, handle yourself well in those kind of situations. So it is the kind of place where it gives you, like, room to kind of adjust to that area. So it's not really, in your face kind of crime rates. It's more like behind the scenes of what you don't know kind of crime. So it's not like you'd be walking down the road in like Birmingham, Bradford, or Preston, or Coventry, and then something will happen just right in front of you. It'll be more. It's more or less, more often than not, it's something that's done by closed doors and it's called in and reported. So that's the thing about statistics in terms of like crime reporting. We got one where it's like, has someone actually reported the crime, or have they actually called up and says I'm a victim of a crime? So it's a matter of like how each police force in every country in Europe, which one records their data in terms of crime. So anyway, enough about that. Let's go back to the game. Yeah. So one of my favorite things about like Resident Evil is that despite that this is like one of the first game of its series, it's actually one of the earliest 3D modeled horror games, which does actually also capture the aesthetic and the appeal of the horror game genre, because originally it was supposed to be first-person view, but it had a lot of limitations on the PS1 and the Nintendo. So they actually decided to go for like the third-person view, so that you get the idea or concept.
Can you get Summer Key too?
You're being watched. So if you like witness the camera angles from when I'm playing the game, you kind of see it's like someone's like watching from a camera angle. Like it's an up-level camera looking slightly down. So you kind of always got the feeling that this character that you're playing as is being watched. It doesn't have like the full immersion that you would want in a horror game, but it's something that they carried on later on. So it's a concept that they had in the working long ago in the 90s, and they've actually finally managed to bring it around into like Resident Evil 7.
I'm missing with a knife.
Is it 6 or 7? I think it's 7 that really started it, yeah. And they carried on making that
don't die.
From each game moving forward. So yeah, so there's that dynamic as well. And also in terms of story, they didn't actually have like a build of narrative, but rather something you'd actually have to read, which I don't understand in terms of like horror genre. Like how does that make the game a lot more dynamic? You have to pick up a book and read the diary of all these people that have actually been here before you. It's good for like sense of mystery, but it's not good for the sense of like horror or terror or scaredness. Maybe like, except for the ones where they start to transform. I do really feel
Use?
they've nailed that on the head just a little bit. Just a little bit. There's also some other elements I do want to talk about as well, like how they transferred from Nintendo to PS1 due to like limitations of like from cartridge to disc. And they kind of realized that in mid-production of the first Resident Evil game,
Nothing uncommon.
that this cannot be, this new game or horror genre that they want to like really dedicate to carrying out, couldn't be done by cartridge, and they had to make that high level CEO decision to switch from cartridge to CD disc. And they did so, and ever since then they never regretted it. And that's why like Resident Evil is a PlayStation original.
Oh, it's just locked
despite
on one
that,
side,
although number 4, the original makers of Resident Evil, one of the original designers or makers of Resident Evil, wanted to actually return back to Nintendo as soon as Nintendo went from cartridge to disc. But that didn't last long, and the GameCube version of Resident Evil 4 didn't make enough sales to actually guarantee that switch to be definite from one console to another console title.
Oh, I see him.
You know, I think I'm about to die here, so I'm gonna
maybe if I run past
cut the audio off, right? Anyway,
oh,
enjoy.
He ripped through me so quickly, I didn't even see that coming.